All right, so today we're going to be making an emotional. Hold up. Like a week ago on my Twitch stream, I was working on some sound design. I created a quick chord progression just to see how the piano was sounding. So I'm going to show you that part from the stream. I'll break down the chord progression and then we'll make the full beat. Let's go. So what I really want to do with this is explain it first, and then we're really just going to switch this all up and change the key of it. So right now we're in A minor. The piano I chose to use is Piano 9 from my new Eternal Analog Lab bank. There'll be a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. There's 85 sounds in this bank, and there's also a light version with 21 sounds that you could try for free if you want to see how it sounds before you go ahead and get the full version. So to make this a little bit simple, we could just build out a triad here on A. So we'll skip every other note. This is our triad, right? A minor triad. And then I really just brought these notes up pretty high. So we can see here we have the E here, then the C goes up again. And then as you can see right here, the A is brought up another octave. So it's really just duplicated here. And pretty much most of the chord is being played up high, as you can see. And then I went ahead and just brought in a note here. And then from here, I just play it in an arpeggiated form. So you could just take random notes. We can go like this. And then we could bring this in like that, and then we'd have something that sounds like this, which is a little bit more complex than just like the normal triad or seventh chord form of this. Right, and then you could just mess around with these and see what you like. We could also bring this up another octave if we wanted and do something like this. So that's really all that is. And that's going to be the same thing when I drop down to G right here and then to F. So the next chord is going to be starting on G. We'll build a quick triad, skip here, skip, place like that. Then we could bring these up. Maybe we could bring this up a whole nother octave. And then we could bring this over here, something like this. And then just add in a couple more notes throughout it. And then really just mess around like that, and that's how I created it. After that, it's really just adding in top line melodies, and really for those, I just kind of freestyle them. So from here, what I want to do is just kind of advance this. So we're going to make this sound completely different. First thing I'm going to do is actually bring this up. D sharp sounds cool. Let's go ahead and run with that. We'll go over here to view, and we'll change scale highlighting to D sharp. And then I'm going to change like how the arpeggiation is for this, and just move these around to get like a different feel for this. So let's see what we could do. I'm gonna just mess around, but keep the same notes, maybe add in a couple more. Kind of like how that sounded. We could bring this over, bring this in. Bring this in here, just changing up the rhythm. All right, bring this here. We're doing a similar rhythm, which is kind of just taking this middle note and bringing it over one step here. And then the top and the bottom note, just to make it easy to look at, are kind of hitting at the same time. And then we have notes in between that are just creating that melody. So let's see what this sounds like. And let's also add in like another top line melody here. See what else we could do. And then you want to make notes like pretty quiet. Just choose a couple of them and bring them down when they're doing like passing notes, and they'll just sound better. It'll just be like ear candy, especially if you create like a random chord. Watch, let me show you. Like let's say right here, we created a chord off this A sharp. So we skip a note here, place one here, and then we bring these down, right? We'll do them all together so that they kind of have like a chord feel to them, but they're played a little bit lower. See, like that. And then we'll bring them even quieter. Let's go out like that. This one's a little bit too harsh. Let's bring these down. Let's create another melody over here. I kind of like how this is sounding. I'm just really going off ear. I'm also going to have this loop in my Discord. So if you want to cook up with it, then you can go ahead inside the Discord and go over to my loop section. And this one will be in here when the video drops. All right, so this sounds cool to me. I think I'm just going to duplicate it real quick and then go ahead and bring in a top line melody even higher on this. And then we'll get into layering it. I'm going to bring this up to like 150 something. And let's actually go ahead and duplicate this. Then let's go ahead and get a guitar in here. We're using Electric Sunburst, the Melody Edition. We'll go over here. One of my favorite ones to use, I got to switch this up soon because I've been using it a lot, is more gain and bring the range up to 12. So when we pitch bend fully, we go up by 2 semitones. So some EQ, some delay, and then a really big reverb. So I quantized the guitar and then I rendered it out. Now I want to add in a vocal to this. I'm gonna go to splice because I want to find something with like a longer phrasing to it. So we'll see what type of vocal I find. All right, so these are the 2 vocals I found. This one is actually a pretty long phrase, which is cool. That's gonna work perfect. And then this one I think is just gonna go along with it after. Maybe it could be like a background type of vocal when this one drops out. And we could probably use this for when the drums come in. So what I'm gonna do on both of these is just go over here, put it to stretch. And I'm gonna bring this one to 16 bars and, oh, wrong thing, right here, 8 bar. So let me show you this vocal real quick. And then this one sounds like this. So these are going to sound really good. We'll go ahead and start off with the first one. So for the effects, the first thing is Little Altar Boy is down by -3.8 on format, which is going to change the pitch of the vocal like this. Let me go ahead and mute these ones real quick. And then we have a reverb. Then I brought up Shaper Box, which is just doing a little bit of a sidechain here, a little bit of the liquid parameter and the panning. And then the last one is an EQ here that's cutting out almost all the low end, all the high end, making this a mid-range heavy vocal. And I'm cutting out a little bit of like low mids around 450. So now it sounds like this. We'll probably need to turn it up just a little bit. Bring in the other one too. Oh, those ones work perfect together. What about up an octave? Oh. Yeah, we got to get started with the drums. Maybe the guitar could be on this part, or the guitar could maybe be on its own over there. I got these drums pulled up here. This is a mixture of the Broken Hearts drum kit and Resupply. So the ones that have the R in it are going to be from Resupply, and then these other ones right here are going to be from Broken Hearts. So let's just go ahead and start out on the hi-hat. Velocity is super important with this. So that's going to be like the basic bounce. And then we could go in here and add in rolls, right? There we go. Got the nice bounce. We'll just go ahead and loop this right here. And then watch when we add this rim in, it's just gonna sound perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get the root notes from the chord progression to put on the 808. Then we'll put another B right here, drop it down an octave. Kind of like that spacing. Lets the vocal shine. Both vocals sound crazy. The key takeaway I think for this is just like the spacing, especially with the 808 and the vocal. It's just one thing I like to focus on a lot when I have a vocal with a lot of phrasing. It's just leaving the drums really open to let that vocal kind of shine, and then the drums come back in. If you're interested in my Eternal Analog Lab Bank, there'll be a link to that in the description, as well as all my other drum kits. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to join the Discord, link to that in the description as well. Let's hear the full beat.